Oh. Cool special effects, bro. Nice helmet, Papa Swole. Welcome, everyone. Bitches, snitches, bustas, hustlers, and hoes. Hoes, you can stay. Hoes are welcome here for episode 517. Papa Swole, dumb love them hoes. Excuse me.
The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. The bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
But it's true. Look at my fresh trim. Look at my fresh fade. Looking sexy for episode 517. Thank you so much for joining every day live at 12 noon Eastern time. Remember, you catch every episode on YouTube and listen to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Do yourself a solid favor right now. Take a screenshot and then take that screenshot and post it up in your Instagram story and tag me at Swolenormous. Post in your Instagram story, whether it's the podcast or the Daily Show, and tag me at Swolenormous in your Instagram story for the chance for a shout out, and I'll hit you up in your DM and we'll get a little conversation going, possibly about nutrition. Look, I got the helmet, I got the glasses. Helmet can't be stopped by the glasses. What up, Papa Swolio, Karen, John, what's up, bitches? The serious and the dedicated are here for the Daily Swole. We're not looking for slackers here. We are not looking for slackers. So got some big announcements coming up. You'll hear all about it soon, not today, but soon coming up about the 90-day Dash program. So got a lot of stuff going down. Of course, that program's still on special offer and it is going off. But we will talk about that later. Just giving you a heads up that there's some big things coming. There's some big things coming for Swolenormous and the 2.0 train. Helmet looks awesome. Why, thank you. Stefano, what's going on? Welcome, everyone, to episode 517. So remember, you can find me everywhere. And make sure you take a screenshot of this show or the podcast and tag me at Swolenormous in your Instagram story. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a workshop tonight, keeping it simple and premium. Keeping it simple for the premium workshop. Going to talk a little bit more about nutrition. Really good stuff. I wonder how it does that. Yes, it does. I don't know what that means. Shades and a visor. Fuck yeah. So let's come on in. Make sure you hit the share button too. Everyone's been slacking a little bit with the share, with the tags. So make sure if you are supporting the show and you love the show and you enjoy what the fuck we do here, earmuffs, it's not for the faint-hearted. Now, you might share the broadcast, and if you have a bunch of shitty friends, they might not enjoy it. They might be like, man, you're always sharing this guy. But that's because chances are your friends are lazy fucks, and that's just what happens. But I'm going to give you a secret, and this has come to my attention. It's come to my attention that most people don't know how Facebook works. Big surprise. Stupidity is common. Now, let's help you out a little bit. Let Papa Swole help you out a little bit. What you're going to do, you got two things. Some of you have been saying that you're not getting your notifications. You're not getting your notifications. Now, this is common because Facebook doesn't explain how this works, so they screw you on this one. You can go to the top of your page and you can customize how you see your notifications. I don't know if you all know that. You can customize when you see your notifications and whose notifications, what page notifications you see first. So you can prioritize. If you're not seeing alerts right away from the Daily Swole, that's because you probably have other prioritized apps or prioritized pages. And if you go to the top where you get your notifications for the Swolenormous page, you can choose primary notifications or put it ahead of X, Y, and Z, or see these notifications first. And then you will get your notifications for the Daily Swole right away. And that's very simple. And if you don't know, you can Google or look it up or ask Facebook and so forth. But you can customize when you get your notifications. Facebook is very, very cool because it allows you to customize every little thing. What it also allows you to do, allows you to unfollow people that are pieces of shit in your life. Now, it's okay to have friends. You don't want to insult people. You don't want to unfriend people. But things have gotten a lot more sophisticated. You don't have to unfriend people anymore. What you can do is, drum roll, you can unfollow them. That's right. They don't know that you don't see their bullshit anymore. So you can stay friends and you can see their profile whatever you want to. They can see yours and whatever you allow for your friends, but you can click unfollow. I unfollow everyone. I don't see anyone's shit. I see like my mom, my sister, and I see like 3 people's stuff. And that's it, because the only people that I would even remotely care about what's going on in their day. So if you are being inundated with a lot of bullshit, it's your fault. Let's just start here. It's your fault. If you are being slammed with bullshit and you're tired because all you do is see bullshit and people complaining and stuff on Facebook, It's your fault because you're listening to it. You're exposing yourself to it. You're fucking staring at it. So let's take some action there. So what I want you to do is, after you watch the Daily Swole and later on you're scrolling through and you're seeing all this bullshit, in the top right corner you can click and say unfollow this person or unfollow this post or don't see any posts like it. And every single time you see something that doesn't fucking give you any benefit, unfollow that person. Because here's the thing, if you want to see things that person wrote or that person's doing, you can always go to their page and type in their name. Chances are you're not going to even think about them. They're not even going to cross your mind. You'll never know that they even existed unless you're seeing it push into your face. So Facebook's only going to show you things and show you tons of stuff if you allow it. So eliminate that shit. Cut down the noise. That's your fault. You take ownership of that and fucking unfollow people. And just don't complain that Facebook's too noisy. Don't complain that Facebook, is a terrible place and everyone's so negative and people so complain. Shut the fuck up and do something about it. Stop being passive. Just fucking delete those people. Delete them. Stop being a bitch. That's it. End rant. And that goes for many people. I've heard that from several people. It's like, fucking do something about it. It's called a setting. Change things. Oh, I'm getting comments. I didn't see them. Like your haircut. Thank you. Well, I've always had this haircut. It was just longer. I got my hair trimmed, so my hair is shorter. I got all the dead hair cut off. I fucking cleaned up the beard finally, and I got the hair side trimmed again. Thankfully, whew. Oh, it's so much better. I haven't done that in so long. It was growing out and thick, and it's hot, so we're on the right point. It's easy to turn the TV off. People just don't. Yeah. I think what happens is no one takes ownership of the fact that it's 100% their fault when everyone's talking shit. Well, doesn't matter if you're not listening. You don't like the news? Then don't fucking watch the news, right? If you're gonna sit there and fucking complain about what's on the TV, shut up and turn it off. Just like you said, Pete, it's easy to turn the TV off. It's easy. Looking good. Thank you. So true. Politics all day gets old. Sure. We know that. All right, let's talk a little about nutrition facts. I got something. It's an unopened box. I picked this up. I figure a lot of you probably eat oatmeal, which you shouldn't be eating oatmeal, but this is just an unopened box of original Quaker instant trash. So let's talk about this nutrition label on the back. And I'm not going to go into details. Honestly, I'm not going to go into crazy details today on the live. Okay, because tonight in the premium workshop, I'm going to go into this in a lot more detail. We're going to break it down, answer questions. We'll talk more about nutrition facts and all these things. But let's talk right now about what's in these things. And yes, no oatmeal. Oatmeal is not a good choice for you. Have some sweet potatoes. You don't need oatmeal, especially this kind of instant Quaker whole grain. It's not good for you. It doesn't help your heart. Don't listen to all the scams. But let's talk about what these nutrition facts actually talk about. And then tonight in the premium workshop, we'll break it down and get into a lot more nitty gritty onto the organization, why, the legal aspects of this. But first off, all you need to know is that these things, right, these nutrition labels, they have to be in a box. So that's why they all look the same, is because it's a government regulation why they have to be written in that sense. And I was looking around, and the funny thing is, I was looking around the house for something that I could use, for a nutrition fact, because a lot of the foods that I have, it's like salad. I mean, there's no numbers on it. It's like a nutrition facts. It's like, there's no detail. So I found this, and this has been sealed for, I don't even know how long. I found this in the closet. All right, let me get this marker going. Yeah, so we're good to go for breaking this down. So let's talk a little about, I loved it in my shakes. Well, you're not going to miss it. That's the thing, when you get rid of oatmeal, you're not going to, steel cut, whole grain, it's not good for you. Your body doesn't process whole grains well. Even whole grain. Whole grain is like, the defense mechanism of the plant to protect the seed. And we're sitting there trying to choke it down. It's fucking up our intestines. Regular potatoes and sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are good. Let's just keep it simple for right there. I don't have time to go over sweet potatoes right now, but you're welcome. But let's talk about the topic. Let's stay on topic with the nutrition facts. So, nutrition facts. So what you're going to have here, and let's just go over. I'm not going to draw the whole thing. Some of the things that it's going to list. So you're going to get serving size. Let's see. You're going to get servings per container. Okay, so it's going to tell you how much quantifies one serving, and then how many servings are in this entire box. So you're going to get a lot of this if you do like MyFitnessPal, or if you go into You know, you go into one of those apps where it says, oh, okay, there's 200 calories for a sweet potato, a medium-sized sweet potato, but it also says that a medium-sized sweet potato is, let's say, 192 grams. So what you do is you have to get a little scale, you weigh the sweet potato, then you see, 192 grams, and then you can see how many servings and how many calories it is, and then it calculates it that way. So you get things like this. You get total fat, and then it'll break down the fat. And then you're gonna get cholesterol. Now we'll talk about all this stuff, sodium, potassium. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Some of these things that are listed that are really not important to be listed. And then you have total carbohydrates. We'll put total carbs. That's something that we care about. And then you got protein. So under total carb, you're gonna have fiber, and you'll have sugar. And most people don't know that sugar, fiber, they're all types of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, we're talking molecules, okay? What doesn't get explained here, don't forget, look, they're trying to sell you something. There's a reason why there's very bright red, right? Remember we talked about that? Bright red attracts the eyes, looks like ripe fruit, makes you want to buy. Look, they put fruit in here. There's no fruit in here, it's fucking like powdered shit. But they make it look nice with raspberries. Yeah, look at that, isn't that nice? Nice red highlighting. Looks pretty nice, right? It looks like a blue sky, right? Looks like a blue sky. They even have a sun, so it looks like actual, like, it looks like real life. Psychologically, you see a sun, you see red, blue sky. It looks like a piece of fucking fruit on a tree, so it makes you want to be like, ooh, I want that. See, marketing. So this being marketing, these are the kind of things that's gonna cover. Now, a couple things on here don't matter. They're gonna tell you about it because they want you to think it matters. They're gonna tell you what will get you to buy it. So it'll put here, cholesterol, 0 milligrams. Well, good fucking news that whatever that says doesn't fucking matter anyway. Oh, it's 0 cholesterol, it must be good for you. One of the biggest perpetuated scams of the nutrition industry, of the food industry. Doesn't matter what cholesterol a fucking food has. It doesn't matter. That doesn't affect your body's cholesterol, okay? That's not what determines your levels of cholesterol. Your body creates fucking cholesterol. So whether it has 0 milligrams or 50 milligrams, I'm sorry, they're gonna talk about it being probably a cholesterol, heart healthy. Other plant foods low in saturated fat and cholesterol may reduce the risk of heart disease. May, which means no. Diets rich in whole grain foods and other plant foods and low in saturated fat and cholesterol, no. Low in saturated fat is really not that good, and low in cholesterol has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with your heart being healthy, and they're still putting this stuff on boxes. Okay, so they're going to advertise, right? They're going to advertise all those things that make you think it's healthy. So zeros are big attractors, right? Something is fat free or wow, 0, because they know. Right? They know that when people are looking at this box, people are looking. Can I zoom in? Can I focus on it? Maybe not. Okay. The focal point, they're right there. The cholesterol is 0 milligrams. People are be looking at that and thinking, okay, it's good for me, or oh, it's bad for me. And that's like the least of anyone's worries. So when it comes to this, I mean, right here, what we got here? We got a box. And we got fucking ingredients. So right off the bat, you're like, just infinitely preserved. Probably not a good choice to put in your body. Like if it's in a fucking box. Let's see when the expiration date is. Does it even have an expiration date? Maybe it's on the packets themselves. I haven't seen a date. It's probably good forever. Made in Canada, which is a problem. I'm just joking. July 13th, 2017. So that's how long. Can you imagine how long it was from the shelf? This has been in the closet for a couple of years, so it's probably a year or two that it's actually been, that's actually from purchase. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat this crap anyway. 100 calories. I talk about the saturated fat. Look, low saturated fat has all the benefits down here. 75 milligrams of sodium. Salt's not bad for you. 0 grams of sugar. Okay, it's oatmeal. It shouldn't have sugar anyway. But yeah, anyway, so I mean, this is original, so if you start getting like cinnamon, blah, blah, blah. 3 grams of fiber, and just iron. But a lot of this stuff is fortified, like it's reconstituted and put back in there. It doesn't necessarily process. It's synthetic. It's all sorts of shit. So again, this is also, and some of you can comment below here, but there's many different ways where this conversation can go. There's many other episodes that I've done that explain why this is not good. But right now, I just want to use this for the labeling because it's just conveniently and has a lot of shit in it. Okay, so sodium's not a bad thing. So the two things that they put, they're like, 0 grams, or sodium 75 milligrams. Cholesterol and sodium, they're not bad things. Potassium, fine. You can get potassium from so many things. They're reconstituting some of these minerals and just pumping it back into food. You should not be making your decisions on food based on cholesterol, sodium, and potassium. Let's just put it that way. Have a couple dates and boom, you got some potassium there. So we have what we really want to talk about today. Kind of getting off topic here. We got the total fat, and then we have the total carbohydrates and fiber and protein. So those are going to be broken down on this chart right here. So when you're looking at it, one of the important things to understand is that you're looking at one serving. So here, one serving size is one packet, because this is one of those boxes that will have packets in there. So one packet's going to have all of these things. One packet is going to have 2 grams of total fat, one packet's going to have 19 grams of carbs, and one packet's going to have 4 grams of protein. So all these numbers here are going to be in one packet. So if you have 12 servings per container, there are 12 servings. You can multiply all this by 12 if you're going to eat the whole box, but no one's going to eat the whole box. You shouldn't even be having one packet. Let's see what Nick has to say. Nick is a natural food mongoose. Quaker Oats readily admitted they actually use glyphosate as a desiccant to help them dry faster. Poison to dry. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's the same thing, and we could talk about this in another episode we have before. We talk about salt, how salt is coated with that, what's the phrase? Like how table salt like bounces across the table, how it's emulsified so it doesn't stick together. And salt is actually like coated so the salt crystals don't stick together, and it's pretty much 99% sodium chloride, and you're getting way too much of those ingredients. And natural, really, quality sea salt is maybe 60 to 70% sodium chloride. So you're getting a lot of other chemicals in these basic things that we don't realize. Invent people food, brought to you by Swolenormous. You don't have to invent people food. There's people food out there. You can go pick it from a tree when it's ripe. You can go and eat it. It's green. It's called lettuce and spinach and broccoli and all those things. And yeah, I mean, you get these warriors out there that are so hell-bent on, be vegan, stop eating meat. And it's like, you're missing the point. And you have people saying, only eat meat. You shouldn't eat that. We have to live like cavemen. We have to fast for 24 hours and eat only beef. It's like, you're fucking missing the point. It goes back before that, And really, it goes back before the caveman. When everyone's talking about, I eat paleo. All these nutrition concepts that they're discovering now, it goes beyond the paleo time period. It goes way, way back to just animals and plants and how creatures defend themselves and why certain plants are not good to eat. And regardless of whether or not you can find them in the supermarket, whether or not you can cook them up and chew them and eat them doesn't mean that it's not blowing up your intestines. We're just talking about chemicals that stay in vegetables and fruit that are bad for the body. So it's the health food that we think is healthy. The health food that we think is healthy, that's the problem. It's not so much like this, like, okay, this is crap. We know it's crap. But we're talking about like peppers and seeds and shit like that we shouldn't be eating in such high quantities, but that we're eating. We're eating fruit that's unripe, that's gassed, that's artificially ripened, and we're getting problems from that. We don't see it, we don't realize it because it's subtle, but that bloating that doesn't go away, the men you see walking down the street that look fucking pregnant, why does a man look thin in the arms and the legs and have a stomach that looks like a 7-month pregnant woman? That's fucked up. That's called drastic, severe inflammation and bloating. And it's from diet. It's absolutely from diet. It's absolutely from nutrition. Lack of exercise, sure. I'm sure they don't exercise that much too. But massive, massive guts is absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. There's no fucking reason All right, if you're watching this and you have one of those pregnant man stomachs, you have a serious, serious health condition. I don't care what your doctor says, and you need to eliminate everything from your fucking diet and start from scratch. All right? Came on here to troll, now he's gonna change my life. Everyone wants to troll. Come troll the Swole. I dare you to troll the Swole. Troll the gains. You can troll the gains, it's cool, and I'm fine with that. I know you're joking around now, but I'm fine with the trolls because I know what I'm talking about. I know what I know what I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there that no one knows. But whenever you hear someone say that they know everything about nutrition, they know everything about exercise, right away, boom, you're like, all right, that person's full of shit. There's no answer for everything. But there's so many loopholes with every diet. There's so many loopholes with keto or paleo or vegan. And I want you to tell me, I'm not talking to anyone in particular, but you, society, Swolenormous Nation, why someone can go on a raw vegan diet, like 1,000 calories a day, and not lose weight. I mean, why? Why do you see these people that go on extremely calorically restricted raw vegan diets? If it's so good, why are people not losing weight? It's because when you're eating a lot of these raw vegan diets, you're still eating a lot of the wrong fucking shit. And it's causing reactions in your body. It's just absolute A plus B equals C. It's just that simple. And I made a video yesterday. I posted on Instagram, and I posted here on Facebook, which a lot of you still haven't watched. I know that because I see the numbers. I'm like, fuck, it's one of the best movies. It's one of the most real pieces of content. It's based on yesterday's episode. Or 2 days ago. It's human food. What are you eating that's meant for a human being? What are you eating that's meant for a person to eat? I'm not talking about what you like to eat. I'm not talking about, if it's in the Paleolithic era. I'm not talking about if it's agricultural or whole grain. I'm saying what a human being is supposed to eat. When you go back to really what a person or an animal that's called a human is supposed to eat, everything gets figured out. Everything gets figured out. So you have these things that they tell you, right? And they organize this a certain way. Like I said, I'm going to be going over this more in my premium group tonight at 8 p.m. So I'm not going to go too much into all the calories and blah, blah, blah. We'll break it down a little bit more. Fat, carbs, and protein. These are called macronutrients. You're gonna see these things touted in many different ways. You're gonna see these things touted, if it fits your macros. You probably heard that IFYM. If it fits your macros, you'll see a lot of these fucking bullshit pictures on Instagram where it shows 2 columns, right? And it shows a soda or a Starbucks coffee, and then it shows a protein shake or another thing. What baffles me is that more often than not, those Instagram pictures that compare calories in 2 different fucking foods, they're both shit. And you have these so-called fitness experts that have big followings that post these fucking pictures that are like, oh, cool, yeah, that's motivational, cool, yeah, you're right, eat whatever you want, put a little milk in your coffee. Sure, I'll put a little arsenic in my coffee, why not? Why not have a little bit of allergic reaction? Nothing like starting the day with a little bit of allergies, right? Asthma? No fucking problem, why not? A nice cup of asthma is a great way to start off in the morning. You're gonna see so much crap out there that tries to minimize the perception of cheating, minimize the perception of all these things that are bad. Just because you're so used to it, it's like, oh, don't stress your life out. Come on, you only live once. Like, let's focus on the calories. Like, if you're only having a little bit of milk in your coffee, that's not gonna be that bad for you. Bull fucking shit if you're having it every single day and you're drinking milk constantly. And it's this idea that the little choices that we make, it's the idea that little choices that we make don't have major impacts, okay? Little choices that we make absolutely have big impacts because what you don't see is that you're not having it once. You're having a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit there. And then you're having a little bit, let's say a little Splenda in the morning for breakfast. And then the next night you're having X, Y, and Z and some cheese here. And then the next day you're having this. You could say everything in moderation, but then again, all of a sudden you step back and you look at, well, every fucking day, 2 or 3 times a day, I'm having cheating. I'm having shit throughout the day. So if you're only eating maybe 80, 90, 95%, the things you should be eating, 5, 10% of your entire life is filled with chemical garbage. And it does add up. It does add up. And if you want to come here and tell me that I'm full of shit, that, oh, it's not so bad, everything in moderation, blah, 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 look at the fucking statistics with diabetes, with children, with heart disease, with Alzheimer's. All these fucking things are like this. Like, not even like, they're going up a little bit. It's like fucking drastically ramping. It's absolutely ramping up. It's going fucking nuts. So you tell me, all these ideas of everything in moderation, really working out super fucking well for the United States. We are sicker than ever and nothing's fucking working. Nothing's fucking working, okay? So stop pretending that milk is a good thing. Stop pretending that a little bit of cheese here, a little poison, right? A little arsenic, a little dash of arsenic, a little dash of rat poison, a little this and that. Is it better than eating it all fucking day? Sure. If you're comparing a little bit of milk in your coffee and a little bit of Splenda to someone who's eating McDonald's 3 times a day, yes, obviously it's better. You know, we're going to have that fucking debate. It depends on what you want. So here's the kicker. If you're happy with where you are and you're happy with understanding that you're eating something that's bad for you and you think you look good and your health checks out and blah, 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 bottom line, you're going to suffer the consequences that are the result of your actions. So if you do these things and you take these actions and you have consequences as a result of it, it's very easy to blame it on something else because it's very hard to prove that, oh, that's because you put milk in your coffee every morning for 50 years. It's not good for you. Right? I mean, you know, it's not good for you. So it's hard to point, right? You can't, as a doctor or as a physician, you can't say, well, that's because you've been having milk all the time. You can't pin it on. You can't pin the tail on the donkey. That's where these things and these foods kind of slip under through the cracks, right? They slip under through the cracks because you can't prove it. You can't prove it because there's so many different health things. It could be the lack of exercise. It could be the fact that you live under power lines. It could be the fact that you also have a history of X, Y, and Z. So it's like, you know, and then you have the other band of people that are coming in and be like, well, you're going to die anyway. So no matter what you do, just live life and enjoy. It's like, fine. I'm just saying that regardless of what you decide and regardless of what you genetically can get away with, facts are facts. Certain foods are garbage for you. I don't care how many calories you count. And certain foods are what the human body is supposed to eat. It's just science and it's factual, okay? Whether or not you can get away with having cookies every day, that's genetic predisposition and that's a whole other set of factors. But the fact of the matter is that, I'm sorry, but 200 calories or 100 calories of cookies, because 100 calories is not the same as a fucking avocado. I don't care how many macros you count. I don't care how many calculators you put it through. An avocado and a bunch of cookies, you have the same thing. I want someone to tell me that you're going to you're going to maintain the same weight. Fine. Enjoy your cookies. Is that kind of shit that makes me sick on fucking Facebook and Instagram, the macro counting bullshit. You should not have to count calories. So all this stuff here, it's important to understand what this means because it can give you some insight, especially when you're changing your diet. But tonight, I'm ranting, but tonight at 8 p.m. in my premium group, I'm going to break it all down, literally calories. We'll talk more about it. We'll split it up. We'll do some Q&A. We'll get more into it there. So peace out. Peace McGee's, deuce Magoose. I'll see y'all tonight. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 518. Love you guys. Some links in the profile and description if you're interested in joining for the workshop tonight. You can also message me, but it's premium.swolenormous.com. Special offer is winding down. You'll hear more about that on the 90-day dash program. So get it while it's hot because it is gone and it will not be coming back anywhere near the special offer I have running right now. And what else? Oh yeah, right now, take a screenshot and post it in your Instagram story and tag me at Swolenormous for a chance for you to get a shout out in my story, and I'll also hit you up in the DM. So screenshot the show, whether you're watching it live right now or listening to the podcast. Take a screenshot and tag me in your Instagram story at Swolenormous for the chance for a shout out, and I'll see you over there on IG stories and later on. So peace out, Stefano, Nicholas, Pete, who else we got here? Brandon, Justin, Premium Fam, Jacqueline. Love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow for Flex Friday or Zero Fucks Friday. We'll see. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in. Later, guys. Love ya. Peace.